What's up, nerds? I'm McKinley, and you can tell the background's different. I'm facing a different direction in my gatehouse because I thought it would be better, I guess. I'm a little bit nervous because I won't know if a car is coming. I haven't filmed in 2 weeks, so I had to get a video up, and this is going to be my anticipated March releases. I'm going to go through them fairly quickly because I'm anxious about filming where I'm filming. I will try and edit out all my turning around and checking for cars. So I have a general idea of what all of these books are about. I'm not as prepared as I have been the last 2 months because I'm me and my health isn't great right now, and that's just the way it is. That's why I haven't filmed in 2 weeks. So on March 6th, Restore Me by Tahereh Mafi comes out. It's the 4th book in the Shatter Me series. If you don't know what that's about, you probably aren't going to read it, and you don't want to read it because you would have already known about it. So I'm excited for it. I just reread Ignite Me and Unravel Me, or Unravel Me and Ignite Me. Did not like Unravel Me as much the second time around, but I still really liked Ignite Me. And the next one is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This is about a world where magic disappears and this one girl has to bring it back. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and I pre-ordered the Barnes & Noble edition because it's really pretty. So I can't wait for it to get here. That's the second thing about getting books from Barnes & Noble is they don't come until days after the release date. But I can't read 4 books in one day anyway, so I'm gonna quit or cut. No, I can't. Next one is probably the one I'm most excited for, and that's I.B. Aberdeen's Letters to the Lost. And this is a middle grade that I talked about in my most anticipated queer releases of the year, which I will link in the cards. But it's about a girl who loses her home in a tornado, along with her art book, where she had written letters about being attracted to another girl, and those letters start appearing in her locker. I'm pretty sure that's the plot. But it's by Ashley Herring Blake, who I love. So I'm reading that as soon as it gets to my house. The next one is The Beauty That Remains by Ashley Woodfolk. I'm obviously reading it now. I'm about halfway through. And this is about 3 people who lost people in their lives. And at some point, I'm guessing they come together and befriend each other. But as of right now, they haven't really. But it's pretty good so far. It's a little emotional. One of the girls lost her best friend. So I'm just texting my best friend saying, please be careful. Don't die, I need you. But one of the characters is queer, one of them is Korean, and one of them is black. So it's pretty diverse. The next one is P.S. I Miss You by Jen Petro Roy. I also talked about this one in my anticipated queer releases. This is about a girl whose sister gets sent away by her parents because she gets pregnant in an extremely strict Catholic home, and she's forbidden to talk to her, and she ends up writing letters to her. And in those letters, she talks about how she's starting to feel attraction towards another girl in her class. Sounds a lot like Letters to I.B. Aberdeen, for being completely honest. Next up, I have Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner. And this comes out on March 13th. I have already read this. It's a pretty good exploration of gender in the geek world, in the fandom world. It's about a girl who makes cosplays, and she's been getting attacked on her Tumblr because she won a cosplay contest and she didn't know the character she was cosplaying. She cosplayed it for her friend. Her friend wanted to do a group cosplay, so she made all their cosplays, and she's getting attacked. And then she goes to a comic book store in her new town that she's moved to, and the guy automatically assumes she doesn't know anything because she's a woman. And so it explores that. She ends up pretending to be a boy to go to the comic store so she won't be hassled while she's there, and then somehow get sucked into a D&D game. It really makes you want to play D&D, I gotta say, because I've been ever since, I'm I really want to play Dungeons and Dragons. But overall, it's good. I think this isn't a wrap-up. Oh my god, it'll be my next wrap-up. On the 20th, Tyler Johnson Was Here by J. Coles comes out. This is another book exploring police brutality of boys. Tyler's brother, or Tyler is the brother, gets killed by a police officer. And it seems like it's going to be another powerful read in similar vein to The Hate U Give and Dear Martin. Also on the 20th is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. I'm sure you'll have heard of this. This is getting a lot of hype around BookTube. I've heard it's absolutely beautiful. It's about a girl whose mother dies and she believes she's been reincarnated as a bird. It sounds weird, but I've heard nothing but good things. And it's blurred by John Green, and as y'all know, I like John Green. So, I gotta read it. And finally, on the 27th, I have 3 books coming out that day. The first one is And She Was by Jessica Verdi. And this is about a girl who finds her birth certificate and sees names she doesn't recognize. And she asks her mother about it. And it turns out her mother was actually her father. And her mother's trans. And then she goes on a mission to find her other mother. Sounds really good. I've never seen the parent as trans character explored. So it should be interesting. The next one is Arusha and the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi. I don't even know what it's about, but it's got Rick Riordan's name on it, and the cover is beautiful. It's a middle grade, and I love Roshni Chokshi on Instagram, so here we are. It's Indian mythology, I'm pretty sure, whereas Rick Riordan's books are Greek and Egyptian and Roman, so it should be good. And finally, the last one is The Pros and Cons by Allison Cherry, Lindsay Rybar, and Michelle Schusterman. And I literally know nothing about this except that it takes place at a con and it takes place in the fandom world, and that's all I really need to know. And I've heard great things about Allison Cherry's writing in the past, so I'm down to check it out. Plus, I really like the cover because it reminds me of that movie Dinner for Schmucks, which was actually a really stupid movie, but still. So those are all my anticipated releases for March. You will be getting a wrap up from me soon, hopefully, of the last few weeks. I'm sorry I've been absent, but I don't like to force myself to film if I'm not feeling it, because this is a hobby, not a job. So that's where, yeah, and a haul will be coming soon too. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!